It is so cold in my apartment, and I've got the heat crunk up, everyone. Maybe I should be holding one of those torches and have some friends near me who are also holding torches. Rasta Warrior, hello, subscribers and future subscribers. I'm KarmaJolt. This game is Dragon Warrior 2, and we are about to do some more leveling up, Avis P, because I want to get to max level before I finish the game. Let's go do that. Let's do that. Let's do some more of that. Plus, I just want to hang out. You know, I just want to hang out with my friends online. Let's fight some giants. Let's fight one giant and get stronger. I guess I will also do lunges today if we get any donations. Thank you so much for the generosity. Last night, we did 67.6 squats. It's still leg day. So let's do some more leg stuff. Don't take that out of context. Tiny Cat is curled up in a little ball in his cat bed over here. Tiny Cat, are you cold too? Yeah, I might just start a fire down here. There's no fireplace, but like I might, you know. How is everyone doing? Stay safe and warm. Boom, 69 damage for the kill. Ooh, and I got a treasure chest. Yeah, so, like, I want to say... I don't have any proof of this. But I want to say that if the giant drops a treasure chest, it's the Sword of Destruction. There it was just gold, though, because I think what happens is if the game sees that you already have a Sword of Destruction, it just gives you extra money, and is like, ah, well, instead of giving you another Sword of Destruction, here's some more gold. But I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if that's what it's actually doing. Let's heal Esgar, because my fingers are freezing. I might need gloves, everyone. Got me a space heater. Did y'all know all space heaters' output is all the same? Avis P? No. What makes you say that? Heater? Rasta Warrior? More like Defeater. I did not know that, Avis P. Yeah, I don't think... I've been in too many apartments where if I put on a space heater, it causes a power outage. It blows a fuse. Alright, that's a good battle. That's a good battle to find if you don't get instantly killed by the defeat spell. Because those guys will cast the defeat spell, although they seem to be weak to the defeat spell. Let me put some pants on and I'll take a look. Avis? Oops, I accidentally parried. That's fine. She took less damage because she was parrying. Yeah, so I was gonna say, I don't think I could use a space heater near me and have it operate correctly without shutting the power off, because I already have, like, my computer and a bunch of lights plugged into this outlet here and this outlet over here. I meant to say this outlet here and this outlet here, and there is no outlet over here. Quick Guns, how are you? Power outage wouldn't shock me. Rasta Warrior? My gosh. Behave. Try to conduct yourself. Hey Karma, no work today. Shoveled my butt off to clear all the snow. Glad to catch you playing again. I'm glad you ain't got no work. Doing fine. HBU. I did a little bit of shoveling earlier, and I am gonna have to put my... so that I could move my car out of the driveway. So that, I guess, Molly M is paying for a guy to come over with a snowblower. So I at least had to shovel enough to get my car out of the driveway, so that he could get the rest of the driveway. And then I have to put my car back in the driveway later because there's a parking ban tonight. Esgar's still asleep. Well, he woke up. Oh, shoot. That's really bad. God, this game's so brutal, dude. Get him, Gwen. We all lived somehow. We all survived that battle somehow. David G. You're high enough level. Let's go do the final boss rush. I mean, I know, but I want to get to max level, Mr. Nightshade. The goo is ready. But I haven't learned the chant spell yet. Shoveling snow is a plan well thought out. Oops, did I use the wrong spell? Or the wrong target? Death Bob? My internet somehow is up. It's been down for the most part for the last 2 days. Death Bob, well, welcome back. Get several extension cables and steel power so you can use a space heater. Avis? Maybe I'll just do lunges, though. Glad I joined your Discord, says Jill of Trades. YouTube didn't show the notification while I was watching South Park stuff. Jill of Trades, thank you for joining the Discord. Afternoon. Yeah, no, I say all the time, the best way to get notifications about my content is Discord, because YouTube, even if you click the little bell button, which I encourage, because, like, I get rewarded for that at least. Even if you click the notification bell, YouTube will notify you that I'm live, like, 5 hours after the stream is done, you know? And it's like, what's the point of that? If you're trying to hang out, what's the point? Damn, YouTube, that's right, Nick the Frenchie. At least, Nick the Frenchie, they sent me this bathrobe a long time ago. It's got the little YouTube Shorts logo on it. Sammy the Tanuki. Is that a YouTube bathrobe? You bet, Death Bob. Two giants appeared. Living the life. Must be comfy. Nick the Frenchie? I would be if it weren't freezing down here. Still grinding? Yeah, Sammy the Tanuki, we're trying to get to max level. And, like, I could probably do it if I stream in the afternoon and in the evening. It's a U-tub bathrobe. Yo, we got like 11 inches here in upstate NY, says EJ George. Yeah, I got about the same. Dang it, I got one-shotted. Cold always bothered me anyway. Nick the Frenchie? Same. James the Catboy, school is closed. My grandpa isn't working, yet I still gotta take the bus to my job at Walmart. Why did I have to pick retail? James the Catboy? Maybe someday you'll find something else. Yeah, no, of course they make you come into work. Today is upper body day for Nick the Frenchie. Alright, probably like 12 more battles before we get a level up. You know what? Do we have any room for items? Yeah, I kind of want to see if I can find a mysterious hat. So let's go fight some magic vampiri. Hey Karma, hope you're staying warm. Slimeburger, I'm trying my best. My body doesn't conduct heat, it conducts cold. New York seems to prepare well for storms. I mean, they're used to it. Let's do one of these. Gonna heal more Gwen. And the goo. Let's go to this cave down here. Finally above 0 for temps. Quick guns? Yo, wait, you can get into... You can find an attack bot here? That sucks. Oh. Let's try to lower the attack bot's defense. Defense decreased by 29 is actually pretty significant, I would say. Yeah, okay, so interesting. When defense gets used against us, it decreases our defense by like 15-ish. For each character. Baldur's Night. Try using a terracotta pot and some tea light candles. It creates a nice little heater. Baldur's Night? I'm just gonna, turn on the oven, you know? Make a pizza. It'll heat up the apartment. The goo one-shotted the Cyclops. That's interesting. And defeat worked against 2 of them. To win the battle. Alright, alright. Guys, I woke up at like 10:40 a.m. today. I was asleep for a while. Probably had something to do with the migraines that I was having yesterday. But I slept last night. It was nice. Also, it probably had something to do with the fact that Jackie J didn't have school today, so like, I didn't hear everyone getting ready at like 6 a.m. When's the next pizza unboxing? I kind of want to do one soon. Whoops. We're fine. James the Cat Boy. Definitely had sleep debt, for sure, Nick the Frenchie. That was part of it as well. Alright, so... I've heard, but have never been able to confirm, that the Magic Vampirus can drop an item called the Mysterious Hat. Explodette doesn't seem to work against green dragons here. Maybe I should try sleeping them? Sleep works against them in the original Dragon Quest. CJ from Grove Street. Is this Dragon Quest 3 or 4? It is Dragon Quest 2, as a matter of fact. Welcome in, Slooty Bart Fast. Hello. Hi, how are you? Let's try Staff of Thunder. I don't think that's gonna work either. Okay, it hit one of them. And then the goo missed, which is bad. Esgar, get him. Alright, it kind of sucked that he hit both of them instead of just focusing fire on one. Which is weird, because, like, the enemies know to do that, you know? The enemies understand that they should gang up on a target and focus all their fire on one target to kill Esgar or Gwen, you know? But my character, when he's got the Falcon Sword and he hits twice, is like, I'm gonna spread my damage out. CJ the 13th just stopped. I just stopped because I heard another CJ. Yeah, multiple CJs in the chat. Double the CJ, double the fun. Slooty Bartfast, that math checks out. Ooh, 2 metal babbles. Let's do something like... Actually, let's try to get rid of all the healers here with Explodette and Firebane. Firebane doesn't one-shot the healers. Well, it got one of them with a really low damage roll. So yeah, I guess enemies in this game do have variable HP. Ooh, the goo one-shotted a metal babble. That's fun. Explodette isn't reliable on the healers either. But it kills them when it hits. Bop! Gwen hit the metal babble for 1 damage and it ran away. Gonna keep scrolling. Don't forget it's free to like the stream and tell your friends I'm great. Says CJ. Oh, we got a treasure chest. Oh, we got a lottery ticket. Okay. The metal babble can... I will leave this lottery ticket for someone else. The metal babble can drop the dragon's potion, which is an item that lets you save your game at any time. But I think the way drops work in this game is that you... Only the enemy who was defeated last has a chance to drop a treasure chest. So, because I defeated the metal babble before I was done killing the healers... let me rephrase that. Because I killed a metal babble, and then the last enemy that I defeated in combat was a healer, so I defeated the metal babble too early, so to speak. Only the healer had a chance to drop the treasure chest. Let me rephrase that. Because the healer was the last enemy that I defeated in that combat, only the healer had a chance to drop a treasure chest, and the metal babble did not get a chance to drop a treasure chest. Let me over-explain it a little bit. James the Catboy, what are you talking about? Dungeon battle music is annoying. It literally sounds like a bunch of trains going choo-choo. CJ, someone else mentioned that before. I just realized that Esgar and Gwen both have 69 MP, and that's hilarious. Let us... try to defeat the green dragons. I don't know if that's a good idea. But taking out that berserker is not a bad call. Okay, defeat... Ooh, shoot. Defeat did not work against the green dragons. Then the goo got crit by the attack bot. Let's use heal more on the goo. I think he'll be fine. Esgar dodged an attack. That's nice. I choo-choo choose you, says Slooty Bartfast. Thank you. Fun fact thing I put in a while back in What Did You Learn Today? James the Catboy, I didn't check the Discord at all today. In fact, I often don't. Let's take out the easy targets here. Alright, attack bot picked on Gwen there. I just realized I could have just had Esgar use the Shield of Strength instead of healing himself. Because Shield of Strength heals self for free. Alright, we got some HP back. I can't eat that, even though it's delicious. What are we talking about, Nick the Frenchie? Just made biscuits, so I'm doing well. What flavor? Butter. Lots and lots of butter. Wait, Nick the Frenchie, you can't have butter? Oh, trying to lose weight. I see. So you're restricting yourself now. Alright, Esgar cannot reliably damage the attack bot. That's tough. But we got 2003 experience. Alves. I seem to be finding weight. Yeah, Death Bob. I haven't been good about it lately. Alright, here are some magic vampiri. Let's stop spell them, I think, and then try to sleep them as well. Alright, stop spell, not good, but sleep got one of them, so also not good. Alright, they're trying to cast the spell of sleep on us, which doesn't seem to work as often as, like the sweet-scented breath that puts us to sleep, Nicholas D. Butter hardly knew her. I feel you, bud. Been trying to maintain, at the very least. Jill of Trades, I get the struggle. I use sweet things as pre-workout? Interesting. Make the Frenchie. Butter, don't even know here. Saluti Bart Fest. Autocorrect is right. Autocorrect is the worst when it ruins a joke. When it messes up the punchline. Alright, we gotta level up. Wit and courage have served thee well, for Esgar has been promoted to the next level. Power increased by 3, speed by 1, HP by 1, MP by 3. Okay, that wasn't a great level up, but it was a level up. Just got back home from snow work since last night, eating some ramen, then passing out. Alves? Yeah, you take care of yourself. A green dragon? Are there other colors of dragon in this game? Probably in the Fungeon. I feel like, Gwen was parrying there and it did nothing. Because Esgar was not parrying. And he got hit for, like, 14. And Gwen was parrying and got hit for the same amount. Or something similar. Been forever since I had good ramen. Jill of Trades? I'll take you to a place. There's a really good place near me. And I also love their cow soy. Alright, let's take out these berserkers. Because again, I think you want to kill the magic vampiress last if you're looking for a treasure chest drop. I am like 80% certain that if a treasure chest drops in a battle, it can only be an item from the last enemy you defeated in that battle. So therefore you want to defeat the magic vampiress last if you're looking for the mysterious hat, which I've only ever found once in my life. And at the time when it happened, I didn't know it was a thing that existed. Calzone, my fave pizza. Nicholas D. You are correct, says David G. Okay, thank you. About the treasure chest dropping, you mean? Ewix, welcome in. Axdambient. There's a place an hour and a half away. Good ramen. Jill of Trades, do you live in one of those places that's like far away from society? Some of my friends are like that. Some of my friends live kind of out in the middle of nowhere, too. You're never gonna get one, though. Yeah, David G, like, I've been trying to find it for freaking ever since then. And I have not found another. Are you looking for a cardboard box in this game, says continuously? Just a box. I wish there was a cardboard box. Last one to die determines the drop. Okay, thank you, David G. I'm having pasta for breakfast. Heck yeah. Is it just me, or do those enemies look like Super Saiyan gods with their hair? CJ? Character design in the Dragon Quest series was done by Akira Toriyama. Bro, you got the drop yesterday. Sword of Destruction. That might have been the day before, David G. What you streaming later? Probably more of this, because I want to finish Dragon Quest 2, and then we'll go back to Alundra and some other games. Akira T had a very unique style. Well, he did at the time, Death Bob. And then he obviously inspired a lot of other artists since then. A silver bat boon. Let's try to get some HP back here. Well, never mind. Frank Hines, welcome back. Thank you so much for the generosity yesterday. Remember when I said I had cheese? Axed Ambient? No, but I can imagine it. Oh, this is an annoying battle. Mysterious Hat, or Mad Cap, in Dragon Quest II, is an exceptionally rare item, usually dropping at a rate of 1 in 128. Roughly 0.78% from enemies like Magic Vampiri, Hocus Chimeras, or Fern Fiends. Okay, so it drops from more enemies in the remakes, is what it sounds like. Bazuzu dropped it for me when I played this game back in like 2006, Nicholas D. In some versions, Pazuzu might drop it as a 1 in 64 chance. It says Google AI. Give me a break. You think I'm gonna trust a clanker, Nicholas D? Did I lose MP there? Something funny happened with the numbers and I wasn't quite paying attention. Bop. Hey, we leveling. Gasp, says Rogue Effect. What, because of how handsome I am? Gwen leveled up, power increased by 4, HP by 5, MP by 7. That's fine. She doesn't need power at all. Been going from 13 hours straight today. Tired as heck. Clanker info is all you're gonna get. Nicholas D? No, that's fine. Appreciate you trying to help me. Which game do you think is better, Final Fantasy II or Dragon Quest II? Oh, for sure, Dragon Quest II. Unless when you say Final Fantasy II, you mean the American Final Fantasy II, which is actually Final Fantasy IV, in which case, Dragon Quest II is better. Nah, I'm just kidding. Final Fantasy IV, we had fun with that recently, actually. We streamed all the way through that. That actually didn't take me all that long to get through Final Fantasy IV. And I took my sweet time with it, too. I like how in some cases Google AI says yes, then says no. Jill of Trades? Yeah, I love that for me, too. Talk about the Japanese one. I appreciate what they were trying to do with that game. I honestly think the soundtrack to FF2 is underrated, because, like, man, is it sad. But overall, Final Fantasy II, like, I don't know. I don't have that much interest in going back to play that game anytime soon. I will eventually. The goo leveled up. Power by 3, speed by 1, HP by 2. Man, tiny little level up there. That was cute. But then, like, the levels when you get close to max level, those level ups are kind of insane. Like, you'll get like 8 to 12 power on Esgar, you know? Alright, Staff of Thunder hit 4 of the 7 healers and killed 3 of them. Did I see that right? Or 2 of them? I love Healy. Yeah, shoutouts to Healy. I know someone who's got a pair of Heelys. You know what? Good opportunity to get some health back. How about that? What are they going to do? Hit me? No, they're going to heal themselves. Alright, 180 HP on the goo. I know a couple people with ADHD. Did my bi-weekly drive to drop my son off at school. It's always fun to wake up at 6 a.m. to drive 25 miles. Then have to drive back to work 8 hours. Oh my gosh. Nicholas D, you seem like a good dad. Yo, Frank Hines with a cool $15. Hey, everyone put the hot dogs in the chat for Frank Hines. Thank you so much. And we got 15 lunges to go. I'll probably end up doing an even amount anytime I do a set. Nintendo Fan Club, what's going on? Have you always been a leftist? No, actually. No. When I was younger and in high school, I was very much a snarky Republican. I was conservative because my family was, and I trusted them. But I changed that when I started fact-checking. Like, there were too many times where I would get into a political argument when I was in high school, and someone would be like, no, you're just wrong, let's Google it. And I'd be like, okay, let's Google it. And then it turns out I was wrong. And that happened over and over, and I was like, wait a second. All the news networks that are trying to get me to believe something have been lying to me. And so then I was like, all right, I'm not politically affiliated anymore. And then I realized that was stupid. So I was like, you know what? The other side is just right. Ironically, they are left. I used to be conservative, yes, Nintendo Fan Club. Then you educated yourself. Nicholas D, I had to come to the realization that, like, I know I talked about this before, but in my mind, I was like, okay, my parents taught me X, Y, and Z, and then when I looked up facts about X, Y, and Z, it turns out X, Y, and Z were wrong. So either my parents are stupid, or they're lying to me, and I know they're not stupid. What values did I have back then? I definitely was like a pro-life, like abortion is murder kind of person, you know? And then, even if that's something that you agree with, I kind of realized, well, that's not really a scientific position that I hold. That's a religious position. To believe that abortion is murder and therefore it's bad, right? And then I thought to myself, like, if religion was part of our laws, what gives my religion the right to create laws rather than some other religion? You know what I mean? Hey, howdy, you little frozen popsicle, says Genevieve B. Hey, howdy. It's cold. Growing up is realizing your parents aren't perfect and can be wrong. Yeah, no, and that's why I always, like, when Jackie J ever asks me something about an opinion, I always end with, anyway, that's just my opinion and I could be wrong. Oh, wow, never would have thought you were like that. Yeah, Nicholas D, up until I was, like, 22 or 23. The old point of view bow and arrow. Rogue effect? Explain what you mean by that. But yeah, no, I definitely remember, like, my parents told me that, like, you know, George Bush found weapons of mass destruction in the Middle East, and that's why we're going to war, you know? And they even went so far as to be like, you know, there are hundreds of pictures. This is undeniable, you know? And so I just believed it. Being like, oh yeah, there are pictures. And I had an argument in high school with someone being like, what are you talking about? Like there are pictures of the weapons of mass destruction. That's why we're at war. And my friends were like, okay, show us the pictures. Go online and find the pictures right now. So I'm like, I will. So we went to the library, hopped on the computer, and there was nothing. I could not find a single image. And I was like, huh. But my parents told me, you know? And I also remember them, like, pointing and screaming at the TV when, Bill Clinton was being deposed for, like, his impeachment hearing. And they were like, he's lying to you. He's lying to America. And I will never be able to stand a president who lies to the United States. And so, later, like, when I confronted my parents about Donald Trump, they were like, oh, well, that's just things he says. Yeah, that's the problem, you know? Like, hold on. What was so bad about Bill Clinton lying that isn't bad about Donald Trump lying? You know what I mean? What's with all the slime reskins? CJ? They gotta save that memory on, like, on a tiny little, NES cartridge, you know? Proud of you for being able to actually accept facts and change your mind. Thank you, Nicholas D. Guys, I got so lucky being able to work from home today. Genevieve B, tell us about it. It's the things he's saying that's leading to the things that are happening. Yeah, Jill of Trades, but, like, the problem is, I don't know if I can convince my parents that what is happening is actually happening. What other values? None, Nintendo Fan Club. That's the thing, is that, like, when I was a Republican, like, when I identified as conservative politically, I didn't have values. I was just like, I basically was just like, suck it, liberals. I'm gonna own the libs. And that was my only value. And, like, as I get older, that's kind of what I see is the only value of conservatives. They flip so easily on moral stances that they've had their whole lives once they see that, like, their leaders, which they view as heroes and gods, are going against the values they claim to have. For example... Wait, is that Shenron? It is, MD, welcome. Like, for example, everyone has heard conservatives for decades and decades and decades saying, like, saying some stuff like, oh, the Second Amendment is an inalienable right. It's my right to have a gun. Come and take it, liberals, you know. But then when they see, you know, liberals have guns too, and these people are open carrying, just like conservatives fought for, in the streets so that they can protect themselves from a tyrannical government, just like all the 2A people have been talking about for decades. Suddenly those 2A people, Second Amendment people, are like, oh, that's bad. The thing that you've been fighting for your whole life, allegedly, is suddenly bad? Okay. So yeah, that is currently happening here. I made a tuna sandwich and toasted the bread. Yo, Genevieve B? Heck yeah. Democrats aren't that great either. I mean, I'm getting hurt as a brown-colored man. By what exactly, Axed Ambient? We're all hurting these days. I mean, I realize I'm sitting on a position of privilege here. I live in the LA hood and I will not apologize. That's fine. Yeah, you're not wrong, but the other side is worse. It is disappointing to see how many Democratic leaders are like, I stand with Israel. And it's like, you mean the genocide? They're killing kids out there, and you stand with that? That's crazy. Axed Ambient, what exactly are you talking about? Trust me, you aren't wrong. Sup, cozy stream? Yo, Glitch Gaming? I'm trying to be. It's cold as heck. Democrats are bad, but not women aren't people bad. Yeah, Bill Mozart. Okay, I can see that argument. Yeah, they aren't perfect, but they aren't Nazis. Yeah, no, I've never seen a conservative punch a Nazi, I'll tell you that. Let's heal all. Oh, MP too low. Gosh, you gotta not miss. You gotta not miss that green dragon. That's okay. She lived. Love your streams. Keep them coming, says Jason King. Hey, thank you so much. Let's outside in return. CJ says, I'm not worrying about the killing of kids. I'm worrying about the killing of everyone in Israel? Is Israel in any sort of danger? That's weird. Because the Israeli government is currently committing a genocide in Gaza, so I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of good white folks where I live. Had a lot of bad happen, but we aren't complaining. Axe to Ambient? Alright. Yeah, Jill of Trades. Nick the Frenchie, that's what I'm asking. Takes one bad apple to spoil the bunch, unfortunately, says Slooty Bardfast. I'm missing some I missed a bunch of comments here, so I forget what we were talking about. Or I may have missed some context, is what I'm trying to say. They spend your American taxpayer money. Yeah, to just send weapons to Israel. It's insane. I'd say my community in Madison, Alabama is pretty white privilege free. What do you mean by that, Frag? Okay, well, I'm gonna hang out over here and stay TF out of this, says not sure. Okay. Is there white privilege in the US? Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know I'm not gonna get pulled over by ICE. But my neighbors are. Guys, chill out. I thought Israel was innocent. I thought it was Russia who were the only evil ones. Why would you think that? No, there's plenty of evil people to go around, CJ. Really want to hang out, but this is too contentious. Have a good day. Okay, not sure. Hero RG, what's going on? Hold on, I'm scrolling through the comments here. Gavin Thomas, how are you? Yeah, no, exactly, X-Dambient. I see what you're saying about that. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, it's less now, I guess. Because ICE is just out there killing anyone, you know? Yeah, Genevieve B, exactly. Like, oh, let's not get political. Please. That's what the bad guys want you to say. There was that interview, or that press conference with, like, the Minnesota police chief saying, like, yeah, ICE is pulling over my men and women, but it's just the ones of color. And they're harassing them, pulling them out of their cars. So, like, I think the people that ICE are targeting are non-white, for the most part. But they'll shoot anyone who shows up to a protest, is what it seems like. If it quacks like a duck, call out fascism when you see it. Yeah, Bill Mozart, exactly. Alright, we got extra gold there or something? Avis, I see you. Alright, I kind of want to go hunt for this magic mysterious hat. Magic hat is a beer. Or at least it used to be. I think it's not a thing anymore. I try to be a good person, says NFC. Good, good for you. Yeah, I feel you, Nicholas, but when you have people looking up to you, you gotta be the person you want to see in the world. Yeah, Nick, I think Nicholas D was kidding there. Staff of Thunder here, I think. I'm definitely a good person, says Nick DeFrenchie. I would say you're pretty good, yeah. Oh, sorry, I took it seriously. You know, I think he was joking. Jill, thanks, but I was making fun of cowards who are afraid to debate politics. Or talk politics, yeah. I'm glad that you speak and are awesome. Axe Dambian, I appreciate you too. As in, everyone is just kind of equal. I have many friends that, in the area, we help each other out. Also, Wisconsin is also pretty white privilege free. But I don't know. Haven't been there in a while. Okay, but Freg, to say that would mean that racism doesn't exist in that area, and that's pretty hard to believe. Or even if that's somehow true, like, how would you know, you know? I'll take your word for it that you haven't seen that. But to take your word for it, and then I guess in order to believe that white privilege isn't a thing in your neighborhood, I would, one, have to take your word for it, and two, not get anyone else's opinion. Yeah, that's your personal experience. Exactly. Genevieve B. Do you know the Veil of Darkness study? Yo, that sounds metal, Nicholas D. What is that? Bert O'Neill says Bro's hog is massive. Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, you mean racism. Yeah, Freg, so, like, if you're considering what white privilege is, like, it doesn't mean that people favor you because you're white. Not necessarily, anyway. When you say, like, basically, have you... So I realize that, like, I have this white privilege because nobody has ever denied me a job because of my skin care. My skin color. My skincare routine is what I almost said. You could say that, like, yes, I have that privilege because I've never really experienced any racism for being white. And there's a good chance that I would've if I were something else, you know? Jobs, housing, medical care. Yes. KJ used to be black. Avis? Not that I know of, but I'm also colorblind, so... I'm only 99.9% sure. Karma, the Veil of Darkness concluded that during daytime, black people are almost 70% more likely to be stopped by cops while driving. But when darkness falls, they can't see the driver. The number evens out. Interesting. Nicholas D. Yeah, no, I've definitely also read studies where, like, I don't know, Johns Hopkins University sent out resumes to potential employers that were exactly the same, except one resume, the name was something like, Dennis Romansky. But on the other resume, which was completely identical except for the name was something like DeAndre Jackson, or like Tyrone something, right? Like it was a black-sounding name versus a white-sounding name. But other than that, the resumes were otherwise identical. The white-sounding name got 50% more responses. And that study has been done over and over, with always the same result. Sometimes I'm not much of a sword person. Gavin Thomas, what is your weapon of choice? Michael Mervin, I see you. Summary of the study. Yeah, black people get pulled over less at night because of the veil of darkness obscures their race. Grimburn, yeah, I never knew about that, but I believe it. DeAndre was my ex's ex. Nick the Frenchie? I kind of like that name, though. Weapon of my choice is Great Balls of Fire. Jill of Trades? We can do Fireball. I know Nicholas D is excited about that. I never get angry at white folks. I get angry at Mexicans because I'm Honduran and our tacos are different. Half joking. Axe Ambient. Tell me about it. Yeah, you're from Louisiana too, right? Who dat, as they say. He was an asshole and owned a pastry. Did you mean shop? A bakery? Or did he just own a pastry? Holy crap, Louisianan too. Jill of Trades, wait, are you from Louisiana? Nope, just one pastry. Okay, thank you for clarifying for someone else, Michael Mervin. Yes, a bakery. Une boulangerie. Is that how you say that? En français? Let's try sleep here. I'm Floridian. Gavin Thomas? That's close enough sometimes. Actually, how schools are funded are also part of white privilege. Yes, since most schools are funded by property tax, which white neighborhoods... means white neighborhoods will have better schools. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, along the Gulf. Hey! Interesting. Ooh. Fanvi Karma? Wait, Genevieve B, what is that? I dated a Deandra. How'd it go, Axe Ambient? Yesterday I went to Orlando. Gavin Thomas? Never been to Orlando. I have been to Jacksonville. Fancy. Oui. She was cool. Shoutouts to Deandra for being cool. Does she know that I'm great? I live in Jacksonville, says Gavin Thomas Inc. I got family there. I learned that one from listening to Jovan Bradley. Was shocked to hear about that. System is stupid. Yeah, no, that guy is smart. I say guy, I actually don't know what their pronouns are. I'm from Los Angeles, but I have family in New Orleans. From LA, but have family in the other LA, yes. That's Louisiana. On a cozy day, what is the drink of choice, aside from H2O? Glitch gaming? I'm not like the kind of person who needs a beverage at all times. I'm realizing there are people out there who just like always have to have some sort of sippy on them. Right now, I do it when I stream, or else I will become parched because I'm talking so much. But I got water right now, and then I got one of these like Atkins protein things, not sponsored, but if I'm gonna be doing lunges, I need the protein. Plus, I didn't have breakfast, so I need some sort of calories right now. Oh, I left my coffee. I did have my coffee earlier, Bill Mozart. I like hot tea. Michael Mervin, you are a hot tea. I'm from Mass, says Genevieve B. I knew that. Yeah, I lived in New Orleans for like probably a total of 15-ish years. My family moved to Connecticut when I was 10. And then I moved back for college, so I was there from like 2012 to 2015, I want to say. 2011 to 2015. So yeah, maybe that would be closer to 14 years. Oh, shoot. I did not mean to do that. My fingers are so cold that I am doing wrong inputs. Let me guess. Is it because your profile is a piece of cheese? MD? Are you talking to my friend Gouda Guy? Melted cheese is the best drink for the winter. Yeah, and my cup is nachos. It's tortilla chips. Gotta warm them fingies. Mr. Slime Guy, I'm trying, dude. Yeah, Bill Mozart, I currently live in Maine. I have the heat on. But my apartment is underground. It's too cold for it, man. That's why maybe I should do some of these lunges. Finally on DQ2 HD2D remake, and now the Prince of Kennock, named The Havarti, won't stop dying. Oh wait, do you get to name the characters in that game? I use oil to heat my home. Karma uses forced air. Genevieve B? I was gonna say something and then you know what? I won't. Jackie J would have a good forced air joke right now, I feel like. Karma heats his home like all Americans. Diesel generator started by a shotgun. Nicholas D, speaking of which, I played some Left 4 Dead 2 yesterday on like just like a one-player campaign. It's been forever since I played that game. But like, I don't know, I started watching some content about it and got curious, being like, well, I wonder if I could still play this game. Turns out there are some online lobbies that people still play, but I cannot see well enough anymore to play a shooter. I'm gonna play it anyway. Yeah, what's the temperature for me here, Gavin Thomas? Let me check. So you're saying, oh boy, my toes are tingling. It's in the teens, Fahrenheit. Got my wood stove going on. If you're on PC, you're saying, Gavin Thomas? If you go to any video, type in awesome, the red moving bar turns from red to rainbow. Interesting. Turn the brightness up, says CJ. For the heat? I am looking up the temperature here. Okay, it's 14 degrees, which is like warmer than it was yesterday. Oh, you're saying since I can't see for shooters. Yeah, CJ, about me. I do have an eye condition. I'm very, light sensitive. I'm also just a sensitive guy, you know? No, I have an eye condition called keratoconus, which, like, my vision is just bad. Furthermore, I am a little bit colorblind. So yeah, no, I pretty much always turn the brightness up. Of course, I haven't actually played since like 2012, and since then I've gotten a new computer, so maybe I do need to readjust the settings. So you might be right. I'll turn the brightness up. That would explain the sunglasses. Yeah, so Jill of Trades, the story behind the sunglasses is, I am very light sensitive because of keratoconus, but when I first started streaming, let me walk that back. Back when I was in my old apartment in Kansas City, the lighting wasn't great, so the setup I had to use was a big old bright light right in my face, which was harsh. So I was like, I guess I'll just wear sunglasses, and that worked pretty well. But then I realized, if I'm like going to be editing these videos, I should switch my sunglasses every time I know I'm going to be cutting the footage, and see if anyone notices. And it took a long time for someone to notice. I think it was Kira H, actually, who first was like, did your sunglasses change? But then it just became like a running joke and part of the brand. So that's mostly why I do it now. I could take them off and still play. Well, maybe not today, because my eyes are very sensitive from yesterday. But, now I mostly do it because I like to. Yo, Nicholas D with the cool 20 Swedish krona saying, the convince Karma to play Tekken 8 fun. Wait, I thought we were playing Tekken 7, Nicholas D. Anyway, everyone put the 8 in the chat for Nicholas D. Thank you so much. For the cool approximately $2. Ha, that's creative. Thanks, Jill of Trades. The wind is murder here. Yeah, stay warm, Mr. Slime Guy. MB Mixes, welcome. Dude, I only have a modded PS2. MD? That's like all you need. Let's sleep them. There's only 2 of them. I don't think I need to waste resources here. Especially because sleep doesn't work. Or it didn't. Ethereal Enigma. I only got 8 ATM. I mean, if it's good, I'll try it. Mr. Slime Guy, I see you. 8888. That's max damage. What did the 0 say to the 8? Genevieve B. This is one of my favorite jokes. Oh man, is it that cold in your house? Cross streams? Yeah. Yeah, I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks. And they freezing. Nice belt. Yeah, exactly. That's a great joke, Genevieve B. Let's use defense spell. What did Sushi A say to Sushi B? Gavin Thomas? I don't know this one. Haha, Nick D is unfunny. My god. Be nice to him, Genevieve B. It's hard for him to be funny in English when it's not his first language, you know? Is that a robot pirate king? CJ, are you saying, is that a robot pirate, comma, king, and you're asking me and you're calling me a king? Or is that a robot pirate king? Either way, no, he is dead now. I see some piratey-ness. Yeah, definitely robot, for sure. Possibly, Jen, no stick for you. Lol, wait. Wasabi is the answer. Yo, amazing board game, by the way. Who here has played Wasabi? Which is called something else now. The board game rebranded and now has a new name. Wit and courage have served thee well, for Esgar has been promoted to the next level. Power increases by 2. You know what? I shall also increase my power by 2. Let's do these 17 lunges, everyone. Normally I do lunges while we're streaming Alundra. But we're not. So I've got 40 pounds of weight. Let's do some lunges. Ready? 1. Oh, my toes. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. You hear my ankles? 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. And then one more, because even numbers. Even amount for each leg. Hey, thanks everybody. Also, right now, the cave music is syncing with my game's cave music. That's awesome. Gouda guy. So are you. All right. Speed by 2, HP by 6, MP by 4. Sunglasses from Genevieve B. A silver bat boon. If Karma ever gets his own game, Bathrobe Karma should be an unlockable skin. I remember in Soul Calibur 2, Mitsurugi had an unlockable alternate costume where he was kind of in a robe and his hair was wet. I think we called him Wet Mitsurugi because it looked like he just got out of the bath or shower. Berserker. Hardly knew her. Alright, this might not be the fastest place to level, but I do like the chance to find a mysterious hat. Yeah, Nicholas D, I feel like I'd have a lot of alternate costumes, like Zero Suit Samus, and yeah, the Jessica cosplay, maybe Sailor Karma, NWO t-shirt. What other costumes would I have? PJ skin and Cheeto underwear skin would be DLC. Ha ha ha. You're right. Probably should have done Explodette. But the problem is, I think Explodette can outright kill the Magic Vampiress, and I want them to be specifically killed last. I'm listening to Meow Meow. Axed Ambient? What at? Who dat? I'm getting owned. What are you talking about? I genuinely want to know. Be evil and do it as loot boxes. Half joking. Jill trades? First, I gotta make a game. Yeah, Gavin, you can beat Kirby's Adventure in under a minute if you get like a crazy glitch to happen. I made a video about that a while back. That was probably the hardest glitch I've ever had to do. That one took me hours for something speedrunners can sometimes do in a minute. Yeah, Nicholas D, yeah, the loot boxes would be gambling. And I'd be like, alright, left, right, or middle. Hey, thanks for the hearts, everyone, and thanks for clicking that like button. If you're on mobile, you can double tap the screen to like the stream, and that helps me out a bunch. And I'll be like, hey, thanks. Shoot, we got ambushed. That's the worst kind of bushed. You know what? I'm gonna have Esgar heal. I'm not good at glitches and things. Bill Mozart? Don't worry, I'll do it for you. Your bush got ammed. That's right. Mr. Slime Guy to you. Is there a Mrs. Slime Guy? 69? Bop. No mysterious hat. There's a song where it's just meow meow and my friend's little girl is spamming it. Oh my gosh, you getting spammed. Like, I don't think sleep can work on the green dragons, but I don't know what to do with Gwen this turn. Did not fall asleep. Okay. Sleep works on the green dragon in the first game, though, right? Sometimes I make noises when I'm drinking water. You've heard it. You know it. You love it. Esgar, you get him. Also, the font looks like the font from the NES Metal Gear. In this game? Similar text boxes. White border. She's at max, right? Yeah, that is her maximum. Okay. I like those noises, says Genevieve B. Hey, thanks. Wit and courage have served thee well, for Guinevere has been promoted to the next level. 2 power, 3 speed, 1 HP, 5 MP, and Gwen learned 1 new spell. Alright, everybody, I think that's all the spells in the game. Yeah, she learned the chance spell, which is awesome. And dangerous to use. So let's go save the game. May the light shine upon thee, unless you try to sleep. Alright, alright. Let's continue thy quest. I want to show you what the chance spell does. Like the name implies, it has, like, random effects. Sometimes it'll, like, confuse everyone, for example. Sometimes it'll outright defeat all the enemies. I think sometimes it just does nothing. But let's see what we can do with it. They're trying to defeat us. Well, okay, I guess we're not going to see it this battle. That was bad. I ain't running. Wow, defeat really didn't work. Usually it gets all of them. Already got one of them. I think I can just attack this guy now. Might take 2 turns. Easy money. Esgar cleaned it up. What is the point of an uncontrollable spell? It's fun, Nick DeFrenchie. It can outright win a battle for you. I wonder if it works on the Foss. Honestly, I think they just added it for fun, Nick DeFrenchie. But let's try it here. And it costs like 15 MP, if I remember correctly. Alright, we got the Blizzard. That's good. Chance! Okay, that decreased our defense power by, like, kind of a lot. That time when we used Chance. Still got a little bit whooped. Hit him for 69 and killed him, though. And we leveled up, everybody. Wit and Courage have served thee well, for the goo has been promoted. Also in Super Punch-Out, if you hold X and press A, or press X and A at the same time in new game, you get a Japanese name confirmation. Gavin Thomas? I don't know about that. 1 power, 8 HP. Alright, nothing wrong with that. Except that I didn't get any speed and I didn't get a lot of power. Oh, we got ambushed again, everyone. That's the worst kind of bushed. But let's see what Chance does here. Sometimes it heals you, I want to say? Okay, it defeated the Bat Boon. Okay, so Chance just outright killed the gold Bat Boon there, which is kind of cool. Of course, it's more reliable just to use something like Explodette, you know? Might as well deal damage. Get him, Esgar. Your bush got ammed again, that's right. Bop. They look like Shrek. CJ? You mean they are very attractive? Alright, we got another treasure chest that was just gold. Genevieve B, you like that? Somebody once told me, says Genevieve B. I will also tell you. ABDD, always be dealing damage. Thanks, Avis. Words to live by. There's one that immediately comes to mind, to everyone's mind, NTF. Wait, hold on, I missed a setup here. Corn, what's going on? Slayer is correct. Do you know any other kind of bush? Michael Mervin says, there's one that immediately comes to mind, Nick DeFrenchie, and that's the rock band. Michael Mervin, or the beer. Or NASCAR racing legends Kurt and Kyle Busch, who I think ironically drive like the Miller Lite car. Esgar with the crit. Yeah, now that he's at 9 HP, he's like, I'm gonna take you out. You think you can do me a hurt and get away with it? But yeah, earlier we were talking about George Bush, weren't we? W, I should say. Defeat took out all the blizzards there. Or the baked beans! You're right, Rogue Effect. Been thinking about those beans. Alright, let's save thy deeds. Secondary NASCAR league used to be the Busch Series. Quick Guns, I was also talking about NASCAR last night because, like, me and Nat20 were talking about... I brought up the idea of, like, two sport athletes. Deion Sanders comes to mind. The man played in multiple Super Bowls and a World Series with the Atlanta Braves. Didn't win a World Series, but he did win 2 Super Bowls. But the man was talented, and one of the greatest NFL football players of all time. But then, because I've been reading this book about the NWO and WCW wrestling, I learned that wrestling legend Kevin Nash, at one point in his life, was like a hot prospect for college basketball. Like, he could have been good at basketball, maybe would have made the NBA. But I didn't realize that at one point in his life, he had played basketball with Magic Johnson, like, before they became famous, you know? So that got me talking about Magic Johnson, who, as a player, won 5 NBA championships. And as an executive for the Los Angeles Lakers, won another 6 NBA championships. With Kobe and then later LeBron. But he's also a part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So he has won, technically, 2 World Series rings as well. And then I also, because I went down like an internet rabbit hole, I never realized this, but Joe Gibbs, who was the legendary coach for the then Washington Redskins, won 3 Super Bowls as a coach, then was like, you know what? I want to start a motorsports team. So he did. And he, as like the owner of Joe Gibbs Racing, won like the NASCAR Cup because they had Tony Stewart on their team. Yeah, Bo Jackson, another one, Axed Ambient. Played for the Raiders in the NFL as well as the Royals in Major League Baseball. I actually I usually eat a super salad with my superb owl. Rogue Effect, you've seen What We Do in the Shadows, right? Is there a physical damage, Johnson? Nick the Frenchie? Should check out my other pages. What? Brock Lesnar played football and was in the WWE. Yeah. A lot of football players will go to the WWE. Like The Rock was like a college football player. Had prospects in the NFL. Nick the Frenchie, no, that was funny. Jim Thorpe was the GOAT, though. Oh, Bill Mozart. I'm actually not familiar with who that is. Bo Jackson, the OP guy in the NES Tecmo Super Bowl. That's right, Nicholas D. Lesnar was on the Vikings. Correct. Steve Mongo McMichael won a Super Bowl with the Bears and then went to the WCW to wrestle. I haven't. I don't usually watch TV, says Rogue Effect. I gave you, like, the snootiest possible voice for that. You're welcome. Abraham Beck, what's going on? Personally, I boxed, and I also did extreme sports. Axed Ambient, I did video games and exercises. So that's, like, 2 sports, right? Sorry I'm back, says Gavin Thomas. No, that's great. Never ride your skateboard in Mongo stance? What does that mean? I rockboarded. Imagine snowboarding, but off a cliff. Damn, be careful. That sounds fun and terrifying. There's a movie about him called The Greatest, or an episode of Drunk History about him. Bill Mozart, I gotta see it. Is sleeping a sport? Yeah, if you're good at it, Gouda guy. Remember you did the Chris Houlihan room? Oh yeah, for sure. Justin Morgan, what's going on? Woo, it's KarmaJolt stream. Why gotta play such good D games? My D has always been good. I was praised for it when I played basketball. Talking about, you mean defense, right? There's no other way to interpret that, I don't think. Yeah, no, this game's great. Deadshot Zaki says, Dragon Quest V is so interesting because you alternate between the past and the present. Yeah, I streamed through that game with Megaharf a couple years ago. That enemy looks like he's screaming Mortal Kombat at the top of his lungs. Wait, CJ, which one? The Bull Wong? Mongo stance is when you put your standing foot on the rear trucks. Is it a one-footed stance? The pink enemy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the Bull Wong. I can imagine it. I just got to Somnia in the Phantom Realm. I don't know where to go. Deadshot Zaki, I would not be able to help you with that. Because when we played it, we did a tag team live stream of it, so I played every other hour. And so technically I only played half the game. Chance! Oh, the enemy was confused! Alright, I kinda wanna see what they do. Let's just, heal ourselves here. Is there any way to get confused in this game aside from the chance spell? Because I don't think our characters have gotten confused once. Yeah, Gold Batboon B attacked Gold Batboon A, so maybe he's the only one that's confused here. Well, he still blew flames at us. Okay, the confusion didn't seem to do much here. Although Gold Batboon B is smacking Gold Batboon A. And he dodged. If he did sacrifice there, I would have been so mad. Hello, lol, what's going on? Okay, rower time. Hardly newer time. Roan gives me PTSD, says Glitch Gaming. Dude, I think you would have been amazing back in the day for the Nintendo Power Hotline. Corn? I still could be. Paralyzed is such an annoying status in Dragon Quests. I can't think of a game where it's not annoying. Maybe it's not a big deal in Earthbound when, like, your magic user gets paralyzed, because you can still use psychic attacks, right? No, you can't. Or can you? Maybe you can. I want to say you can, but I have forgotten. I was like 99% sure, then I questioned it in my head, and then I was like, okay, now I'm only 50% sure. It's terrible in Pokemon. Justin Morgan? Yes. That's true. Alright, let's defeat this Blizz and use Explode It. You can, I'm play Earthbound now. Justin Morgan? Earthbound, I think, is the game that I've beaten the most on my YouTube channel. Actually, no, it's probably Metroid. NES Metroid. Also, how cold is it where you at? Corn? It's, so I just looked it up. It's 14 degrees Fahrenheit, but I am surrounded by snow. So that's not helping. Blizzard did not see the... Blizzard did not seethe. Called the hotline. It was $2 a minute. My dad asked about Sub-Zero's fatality in Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, we never called the Nintendo hotline. 17 degrees F here in my town. Cameron Rice, what's going on? Darth Nerd, snowed in. I did have to get out there and do some shoveling. I don't know if I'm technically snowed in, but like, I'm not going anywhere. You look so warm. Kink, looks can be deceiving. Welcome. Kink, why did you choose that as a name? I feel awkward saying it. Even though you are great. Joseph Neal says 4C UK. So that would be like, 7 degrees. .2 degrees. There's a foot of snow outside on my driveway, so that's great. Cameron Rice? I love the name, says Genevieve B. I know. High school nickname? Yeah, no, I guess you did tell me that before. And then I stopped inquiring. So maybe I'll do that again. Tim Belson, negative 20 degrees C here. Holy cow. Ever try and get the Gutsy Bat in Earthbound? Jill of Trades, no, but I did get it once. I was not trying. Karma's just old. Don't be mean about his dementia. Nicholas D. Oh, don't joke about that. I had... Post-COVID, I had some scary moments, and it's much better now, but I still don't feel 100%. I used to be smarter. I used to be sharper. And I had a better memory. Then I got COVID twice, and for a long time, it just felt like I was recovering from a stroke. Like, I legitimately had, like, an aphasia that affected me greatly for a while. It's much better now, and I feel like I'm less on autopilot than I was before. But I probably lost 2 to 3 IQ points overall. Having recovered. Like, I feel like I almost got it all back, but there's something missing. But yeah, I was having really bad memory problems from probably, like, 2022 to 2024. I've had like 100 nicknames. Mr. Kinky was one of them in high school because I wore chains and black. Then when choosing a name for content, a friend suggested Kink with a Y, and there we are. Interesting. My dad has aphasia and he doesn't want to go back to speech therapy. Jill of Trades, it's tough. You want to talk about it? Terrible level up there for Esgar. But eventually he starts getting... Like, I think he will have a level up where he gains, like, 12 power. Too many mushrooms made my memory go a little wonky. Proud of you getting through it, Karma. Hey, thanks, Jill of Trades. There was, like, a scary moment at work. This is probably like 2021, where in the middle of a call, I did customer service, so I was on the phone, that's the symbol for phone or banana. I was on the phone with a customer, and I could not speak. I was trying to say words, and they were just coming out as garbled syllables. I had to hang up the call, and I ran to a supervisor, and I tried to communicate them that I was having trouble speaking. And they were like, okay, lie down, we're gonna call someone for you. What eventually ended up happening was my homie, Anna, and I will never forget this, and I will always be grateful for this, was told directly by HR and another supervisor that she was not allowed to take me to urgent care, but she did it anyway. Urgent care then sent me to the hospital. They took some tests of my brain, and they were like, we can't find anything. And I was like, that sounds bad. There's supposed to be something there, right? They thought that was funny, but then they were like, no, to clarify, we can't find anything wrong with you, and we don't know what it is. I thought I had a stroke, because I could not speak. The words were in my mind, clear as day, but my mouth was saying weird syllables that did not make any sense. So that was a scary moment. Good to hear you're fine now, King. Finer than you think. You should check out my Fansly. No, thank you. I appreciate you. But, you know, leading up to that, and then, like, probably a year after that, I just had this... I just didn't feel right after the first time I had COVID, because, like, I just felt like I was on autopilot and could not get over it. You know what I mean? Like, you ever have that feeling where, like, you suddenly realize you're conscious? That was my robe. Didn't mean to do that. You suddenly realize, like, oh, I have consciousness, and I've been awake for, like, 3 hours. It was that for, like, 2 straight years, Merc Vision. That's super scary. What happened next? Merc Vision, same thing that happens to everyone in this country. I just had to go to work and act like everything was okay. Dissociation? Yeah, you could call it that. Grimburn. I should make a Fansly. Totally got it. Axe Ambient? Let us know when you do. I support that. Like, extended dissociation. Yeah, Genevieve B. I think at one point I had the realization that that's what that was, and I had since forgotten. But yeah, like, the whole, for like, literally over a year straight, Grimburn, I had this feeling where my body was ahead of me and that my brain was lagging. Like, I was saying and doing things that were intentional, but it was like I was doing them before I thought to do them. Fugue state, Avis P, is another expression that I've heard before. Bro, I had no idea, and I'm so sorry you experienced these horrible things. You're a great guy, and we're so happy you were able to overcome them. Hey, thank you so much. No, like, it's much better. I will get that maybe one day a month, but I think that's just because of migraines and stuff now. Yeah, I guess that's another good way to put it. Like, before I get a migraine, I get this a little bit dissociative state, and it's like it feels like I'm lagging a bit, you know? And then I'll get a migraine. But I had that pre-migraine feeling for, like, over a year, dude. Glad you survived, cuz we wouldn't have any of your recorded shorts or couldn't be watching you live right now. Corn? Hey, appreciate you. That's that, how do I say this? Men, like myself, who, have grown up in this, maybe I want to say, like, toxic masculinity environment, and never really learned just to say, like, hey, I love you, to another guy. That's how we say it. Be like, hey, man, glad you lived. 'Cause you're funny as heck. Appreciate you. When I was younger, I was never able to tell my guy friends that I, like, appreciated them, you know? Not until I was in my 20s, probably. I am just teasing you, but... As I recall, acting before you've thought it out is normal. The conscious mind just post-rationalizes actions, so you normally don't realize it. Yeah, but Grimburn, like, I don't know how to describe it well enough. Like, I would be saying things, and I'd be so close to stumbling over my words with every single syllable that I said that I had to put what felt like quadruple the concentration into just speaking, and that's what I did for a job. So it was exhausting. You guys know me. I can go on and on for hours. I can just talk about whatever the hell I want for hours and hours. But back then, I couldn't. And I really just had to shut up to, you know, if I wanted to rest my brain. The grind, says Humanure. Anytime, bro, says Corn. Hey, appreciate you. Everyone put a corn in the chat. Jesse Lazaro, good morning, G. Hey. Good afternoon to you, I say. Yeah, that sounds terrible, I get that. I know what it feels like, Grimburn. I still have trouble explaining it to someone. You know? Whoops, got instantly defeated. That guy survived like 9 defeat attempts when he was soloing the group of Blizzards. But this one got him. Issues. Yeah, like I just felt like a freak on a leash, you know? Love you, bro. We'd still watch you even if you couldn't speak good. Leo Valley? On my Fansly, I don't speak at all. Wait, no, that's not true. I know I mention this all the time. I do have a Fansly page. It's basically this, except I'm shirtless. And, like, you really can't... you can't see from here down, just like normal. But it's just as funny, and I'm a little bit more unhinged with my jokes. So that's kind of the draw. Anthony K. Sounds like an opposite to ADHD, where my speech isn't able to keep up with the speed of the sentences in my head. Okay. Talking about corn or corn? Maybe both. Yeah, Jill of Trades? People have been putting / half-joking in the chat since earlier in the chat. Is this a new trend now? Felt like you're coming undone, KJ. Avis P, if I had to make another corn reference, I don't think I could. Hold on. It's all falling away from me now. Is that the name of the song? I tried to make another reference. Yeah, sometimes the brain goes boom ba dop da boom diggy is right. Boom dop ba doom bam ba or whatever he says. Yeah. I love that we can see the gameplay in your glasses. Yeah, Kink. What I gotta watch out for, though, is that sometimes you can also see my, like the picture that I'm using for my wallpaper on my PC monitor. So I gotta be well aware of that. You can reference my corn on the cob. We are bottled inside. Axed Ambient? Yeah, no, I think I know probably 2 corn songs, and I mentioned them both. Never seen this game, but it looks awesome. Yeah, this is Dragon Quest II, Jesse Lazaro. Or I guess, so I'm playing the North American NES release, so it's Dragon Warrior 2. But this got an HD 2D remake fairly recently. Thank you guys. My girl finally got to see Korn Aftershock in Sacramento. Unfortunately, she was not impressed. Was Limp Bizkit there? Yeah, all we can see is a big asset anime girl. Kink? Good. I mean, when you look at me, right? Let's defeat the giants. I'm having fun using the defeat spell. It's kind of like gambling, you know? Will it work? I don't know, but I guess you can say the same about every spell. Yeah, okay, I got one of them. That's pretty good. Clearly, when we look at you. Anthony Kimber says, Jay. Thank you. Hey, we leveled up. My mom walked into my room and thought everyone was talking about porn. CJ? Corn? Very different. But we leveled up. 2 power, 2 speed, 2 HP. Can you send? Says Anthony Kimber. Probably not at the moment. I don't know what you mean. These corn jokes are making me bad. That sounds familiar. True story, my mom's maiden name was Cobb. So the fact that I go by Corn now is great, it is. Alright, Gwen leveled up too, look at that. Power increased by 1, speed by 3, HP by 4, MP by 9. These enemies, I'm beating them down into the ground. Can you do cheats? Anthony Kimber, I've showed up like a couple exploits that you can do in this game. And I think we're gonna do 2 more once we're on our way to the end. There's one cheat that allows me to attack twice with the Sword of Destruction, which is insane. Gore corn sounds like an awesome metal genre. But yeah, Anthony, I will show off 2 more things you can do in this game when we get there, which should be maybe later tonight. But I do want to level all the way up first. Two Intelligence Kirby is a round Link thing. You mean a round Zelda? Sword Kirby? Codononicals, what's going on? Jess the Disgrace, my only daughter. Are we fighting the BBEG yet? The Big Bad End Game? Is that what that stands for? Yo, I got a wizard's wand. For free. From the Blizzard, more like the Blizzard's wand. That is an item that's like okay if you get it at level 2 because it casts Fireball for free in battle. Big Bad Evil Guy, says Krog. Big Bad E-Girl, says Avis P. What did I think it was? Big Bad Endgame boss? Not there yet, Jess the Disgrace. And Krog, welcome. I am trying to get to max level before I do that, because it's a thing I like doing. I like doing things like that. Have you played the Donkey Kong Country's Karma? Kink! Not the 3rd one. But I love the first 2 games. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this wizard's wand to show you what it does in battle. Esgar used the wizard's wand. Hold on. Not yet, wait for it. Tongues of Flames shot out, and it did 12 damage to the Blizzard. Yeah, so it just casts the Fireball spell in battle. I'm sorry, it casts, yeah, Fireball. Which is different in the later versions of the game. Because in later Dragon Warriors, Blaze is the single target spell that does like 9 to 15 damage. In this game, it's called Fireball. But in later games, Fireball hits a group. So maybe that's why I got that confused earlier. Conflated. I know you can warp to Orangutan Gang in Donkey Kong Country. Yes, Gavin Thomas. Depending on which version of the game you have. Yo, CJ. I've been talking about this for a while. I would love to try the Phantasy Star games. I've never played them. I have Phantasy Star 2 through 4 on like a Sega Classics collection on Switch. I heard 4 is amazing. But I never played those games, and I'm kind of interested. Avis is a theory mage. Humanure? Is that just someone who comes up with theories? And is good at it? Start with Phantasy Star 4. It's the easiest to get into. Interesting. I was just gonna do them in order to see the progression because, like... I don't know, I played a ton of RPGs, right? Am I gonna need to ease into the series? You're talking to a guy who is currently playing Dragon Warrior 2. So I'm used to some jank in some games. We're also playing Alundra. Phantasy Star 1 and 2 are some of the hardest RPGs ever made, actually, especially Phantasy Star 2. Oh boy, okay. So I might not be prepared, but I at least a little bit know what to expect. 235 crit there, oh my gosh. 69 from Explodette. The goo is hitting super hard now. 133 is a big ol' hit. Like I tell people play Mega Man Battle Network 3. Axe Ambient, people have been suggesting the Battle Network games to me for a really long time. So a while back when they were on sale, I was like, I'm just going to get this for Switch right now, and then we'll stream them someday. There's an arcade version of SMB called Versus SMB. I think I know about this, Gavin Thomas. That was you, right? Alright, I see it. Skip Phantasy Star 3 because it's just a waste of time. Trust me, it has nothing good about it. Definitely the worst Sega Genesis game ever. Yo, CJ! Now I gotta know. I gotta know what makes it so bad. Axe Ambient? Appreciate the heads up, though. Is Phantasy Star hard in a fun way? Just a disgrace? Or a grindy way? Oh, I see what you're saying. Anthony Kimber, I see you saying hi. Somebody just found the say hi button. Actually, wait, no, the say hi button says, quote, said hi, right? And I hate that they do that. Like, what a stupid feature that YouTube has. You can hit a button and it'll say your name, just like it always does in the chat, then said hi, as if you typed the word said hi. Which is honestly kind of a weird thing to say in chat. Like, if somebody typed out said hi in the chat, it's like as if they're telling me, hey man, I said hi and you didn't say hi back to me. So it's weird, Nicholas D, that there's a button that puts said hi in the chat. Instead of, like, having your, like, I don't know, some other, like, indication that you didn't just type that in the chat. Chissyrux said hi, that's right. Like, if they had put it in parentheses with your name included, like, parentheses, just the disgrace said hi, that would make more sense, right? But instead, there's just a button that makes it look like you typed that out. And that'd be a rude thing to type out. I am said hi. You should totally play Battle Network 3. I loved it so much as a kid. Such a great, unique battle system. Alright, should I start with a third one then? Thanks, KarmaJolt is great. Hey, Deadshot Zaki, I appreciate you. Sonic CD. Yo, Anthony K, I might. Same, says Genevieve B. Aren't you working, Genevieve B? Damn, Karma has opinions about the hi button. Well, I'm saying this, Merc Vision, because at first I was confused. Like, people, I literally thought people were typing that out in the chat. As if to be like, hey, KarmaJolt, I said hi. I said hi, and you didn't say anything back to me. And it's like, okay, dude, I just missed your message. So it's a feature that makes people look rude, you know? They could have just as easily had a button that typed out, hi, exclamation point. Easier. At home, says Genevieve B. Yeah, I know. Tiny Cat just sneezed, by the way. I don't know if you heard that. Tiny Cat? He hates the said hi button. What levels are we shooting for here? Oh, Glitch Gaming, I do want to get to max level because it's fun to do stuff like that, and I like it. No particular goal for this stream in particular. Bless you, Tint Cat is right, Merc Vision. Those said hi things are also not able to be deleted. Interesting. Can confirm, Jess. Can confirm Jess doesn't know how to spell my name. I blame my phone keyboard, says Jess the Disgrace. I ignore the said hi button. Yeah, I've used it once, I think. Robert McE, what's going on? Bless, says Humanor, thank you. How much tint does your Tint Cat have? None at all, Gouda Guy. He is black and white. Rubble Ramp, how are you? We got a treasure chest right as you showed up. And got gold for it. Yeah, so I am pretty well, maybe I don't know why I'm saying this, but I really feel like if you already have a Sword of Destruction, the treasure chest that the giant drops is gold. Yo, Gavin Thomas, I would love to play Sonic CD at some point. Gold Bat Boon attacked. Is he gold? Like at all? Kind of a scary enemy. 5% presidential tint. Merc Vision? What does that mean? Said hi doesn't work on my YouTube version that's totally legit and not at all patched with anything. Just the Disgrace? I'll patch you with something. What do I mean by that? Are you on mobile? Looks more pinkish to me, says Deadshot Zaki. Oh, is he? I just thought he was white. Means very, very dark, like the limos of presidents. 5% is very dark? That's a weird thing to say to your only daughter. Genevieve, I say a lot of weird things, you're right. Guinevere opened it and earned some money. Bull Wong. Yeah, I can see him screaming Mortal Kombat. Means only 5% light gets through. I see. Okay. I was about to guess that, Merc Vision. Glasses change. You got it. Karma, behave. I missed what you said, but still. Sowie Nickwisty. What about Bull Right? Merc Vision? That guy would never battle me. Because he's like, violence is not the answer. That's why you don't get into an encounter with any of those. I have 30% windowed tint. Ewix said hi. Genevieve B, you mean on your car, right? Wouldn't make sense on your motorcycle. Yes, on my car. Some stages are reused from the lost levels. Gavin Thomas Inc. Are you talking about the arcade Mario Bros? My friend is in Colorado. He said it was 1 degree last night. I have 1 degree. Axed ambient. Actually, wait, that's not technically true. Because I had an associate's before I got my bachelor's. Alright, all the Bull Rights have achieved enlightenment. Yes. Avis, that's what happens when me and Mike fuse, like in Dragon Ball Z. Wait, I missed something. Michael Merc Vision. I like that. This game has some weird balance, and a lot of it I do like, but a lot of it is just BS. And I'm just thinking, like, if an enemy can use an instant death spell on you, you should be able to, with 100% accuracy, use stop spell on them every time. It's crazy that the stop spell is so worthless. Like, if an enemy... So that gold bat boon has the gold bat boon knows the sacrifice spell, which is insane. Because what it does is they can KO themselves to instantly wipe out your entire party. I think, with not quite 100% accuracy, I want to say one time I survived it, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm misremembering that. But if an enemy can just wipe out your party because they know a spell, you should be able to block their spells 100% of the time. Status spells in RPGs suck. Can never use them on what you want to use it on. Yeah, just a disgrace. Like, why would you poison a regular enemy, right? That you're just gonna kill in 1 or 2 turns anyway? Why would you put an enemy to sleep when you're just gonna kill him in 1 or 2 turns anyway? You want to do that on bosses, but oh, all bosses are immune to poison and sleep. Come on, man. Merc Vision, I'm sure there's still a pic in the Discord, says Genevieve B. If I knew what Michael Mervyn looked like, maybe I could draw it. Yeah, no, there's gotta be a pic of Michael Mervyn in the Discord. Being like this, with a KarmaJolt mug. Hey, I'm out on the street. Sorry, KJ, it is sunny out here. I don't think you have to apologize for that. Oh, meaning you have a hard time reading the chat? Hey, you do you. This Discord, by the way, says Michael Mervyn. This cord. Alright. One more level up. And then I should get something to eat, because I am hungry. Putting on my Chrono and Frog shirt. Axe Ambient, I have a Chrono Trigger related t-shirt of Robo, Luca, and Magus. Damn. Doing the, I guess it would be the Omega Flare triple tech. Ah, the goo died. That sucks. We might want to run from this battle. Shoot, Gwen fell asleep. And then woke up. Oh, never mind. Okay, the gold bat boon cast Sacrifice and just wiped my party. That was the spell I was talking about. They can just do that. Sometimes they'll ambush you and do that without you getting a chance to move. No pulse, no breath, cold as a cod. Yes, thou art truly dead, the goo. I suppose I had better revive thee, though thou deserve less. What do you mean? Sad is right. Send a pic of my shirt. Looks like Dragon Ball Z. Axe Ambient, Chrono Trigger, another game that was with a character design by Akira Toriyama. So I lost half my gold, which is a lot at this point, but I don't think I need gold for anything else for the remainder of the game. Wow, that spell is BS. It is, Jill of Trades. Smack! I've definitely, like, been on my way out of the Cave of Roan. Made it almost to the monolith here. Got ambushed by a gold bat boon. First turn, they cast Sacrifice, wiped my whole party. I got ambushed here. That's the worst way to get bushed. defeat did nothing for me here. How did you settle on the Goo as your name? Short for for Guru? Darth Nerd? No, I thought it sounded funny when I was in like 7th grade. And I've been using it off and on since then. Lol lol, says Genevieve B. Also okay to not have bush, guys. Yeah, Genevieve B, sometimes you have a natty ice and that's fine. I met a bush, he said, here. Just to make sure he didn't surprise you. Like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm here. Ambush, here. Oh my gosh. Dumb. That was almost as dumb as my joke. Sure hope that instead of the villain's castle, you actually find yourself back at the starting castle. That'd be nice and peaceful. Yeah, when you die, you get sent back to your last save spot. No, we like the bush, says Axed Ambient. I'm more of a Schlitz kind of guy. Go get food, buddy. Corn, gotta level up one more time. I know you play as Samus in Metroid. Gavin Thomas, what? Don't tell anyone. Sometimes the yard gets overstimulated by the bush and it has to go, says Genevieve B. Oh my gosh. Alright, not too many battles before next level up. TMI, TMI. Whoa, just talking about landscaping, Merc Vision. Are you over-leveled? No, CJ. There's no way to be over... I think even at max level in this game, you can still get ambushed and sacrificed on. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I could have gone to beat the game. Okay, yeah, no, I'll concede that I don't have to be this level. Talking about gardening, duh. Yeah, no, I know. That's funny, I use UR as my name. I misspelled my name on DW3 and said, F it. Been doing that ever since. Russell Hardiman, welcome. Russell Hard E-Man. More info, IMO, says Axed Ambient. Genevieve B, this might be an opportunity to get us a subscription on one of your other pages. Sorry, I'll behave. Behave, says Merc Vision, thank you. Bonk. Oh no, bonked. Apparently Bonk's Adventure is like a really expensive NES cart, and Mega Harv has a copy of it. Oh, whoa, says Just the Disgrace. I have a Fansly, DM me in Discord. She just said it outright. Alright. Good. Yeah, we ain't shy around here. Back in 2014, Nintendo released NES Remix 2 for the Wii U. Inside of this game is a version of SMB called SLB, Super Luigi Bros. You should add a kill counter to your live streams for every RPG enemy killed to see how many enemies you need to kill to beat any RPG game. CJ, that's an interesting concept. I already have the reps counter, though, to see how many, Sorry, should I be ashamed? No, not at all, Genevieve B. I'm glad you do that. Get that money, girl. I loved NES Remix 1 and 2. Now I feel older. Then whom, Nicholas D? I made a joke about having an OF and Genevieve was all up in my DMs. Just a disgrace? Why am I not? Maybe I am a little bit. We've messaged each other a couple times on Discord, I feel like. Jess outing me, LeMayo. That's funny, though. Oh yeah, Nicholas D, that's true, you are older. Yo, Kink with the cool $5 saying, keep it up. Hey, appreciate you for the super sticker of like an avocado, or maybe it's a pear, doing exercises. Saying keep it up. Hey, everyone put a kink in the chat. Or a chain, actually. Put a chain because of the story he said earlier. Instead of an enemy counter, it should be a reps change counter for whenever you change what exercise you're doing. Classic exercises, you bet. Hey, thank you so much. Level up. Hey, we did it, everyone. Wit and Courage have served thee well, for Guinevere has been promoted to the next level. Speed by 5, HP by 1, MP by 7. Yo, Guinevere got stronger, so shall I. Let's do 6 lunges. Oh my gosh, my toes are freezing, y'all. Gotta close the robe for this, because this is a family-friendly channel. Maybe. Alright, 40 pounds of weight, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 extra to keep it even. Hey, Kink, thank you so much for the cool $5. Okay, everybody. Open robe is the corn karma. Yeah, but it's cold here, Kink. Uh-oh, Esgar is kind of low on HP. Bah. Get him. Okay, well I got one of them. Can't defeat me. That's cheating. Hey, Kink, thank you again. Appreciate you. Family friendly, not in my Christian Minecraft server. Oh my gosh, we got another level up. The Goo was promoted. Power by 1, speed by 2, HP by 2. Very small gains there, but look, gains is gains. Alright, everybody, I need to go get lunch. I need to go gain lunch. So let's save the game here and call it a stream. Corn Karma, that's right, Corn Aguilar. Hey, thank you so much for watching me play a little bit of Dragon Quest II. I want to finish this game, so I'll probably be back with it later tonight. I don't know how long the grinding is going to take me. There might be one more session. But I don't mind. Oops, I meant to say, ask me small your gains. That's right, Nicholas D. Thanks for the stream. Michael Mervin, thanks for being cool. Alright, y'all. Until next time, this is KarmaJolt signing off. Tell your friends I'm great. Take it easy, man. Stay warm. Bye, y'all. Hey, appreciate you.